Hey roadsters, I'm here at Mount Nelson signal station. I think that's the signal station. I was going to do a video on Mount Wellington, but it is far too windy for that. Died off a little bit now, but it's been coming through in gusts, and it's always windier at the top of a mountain. This one's not too bad, but the one way over there, it will be a lot windier. So I'm not doing that. And here we've got a walking track, and we've got electric barbecues, and an overpriced cafe over there, along with some pretty views. Well, we're not going to be doing any of that. So instead, we are going to be just seeing what this kind of wind will do to your riding. See, that's Mount Wellington. We're not going all the way up there. There is still snow up on that mountain. Last time I went up, there was snow everywhere. It was cold. It was freezing, in fact. And no, it's very pretty, but not today. This road's called Nelson Road. It is bastard, but it's bendy bastard. And I'm taking this windy back straight down the mountain, because the alternative is a highway, and highways have lots of kind of empty spaces where the wind will come in and get you, especially if it's gusting like it is. Here with a few more trees around, I find it's a little bit more sheltered, but yeah, it still helps to be wary, especially with corners like this. Yes, this was the corner I was thinking of. Hello, yep, buddy. Hi, how you doing? I do prefer going up roads like this than down them. And the road is very bumpy, so I'm just gripping entirely with my legs, and my lower back is screaming in protest. It helps if I almost stand up on my feet and then support myself with my legs. You are in a bad spot, Mr. Bald-headed man. Pretty much impossible to predict where the potholes are going to be on these narrow roads, because everyone uses every inch of the road that they can. No brake for the congregation. This is not a hairpin, this is the end of the road. Look at that harbor. Alright. And this is the university, so there are going to be lots of people running around having no idea what they are doing, as is most universities. They say it's a place for education, but I think it's just a place for confusion. Like this person, they seem to be confused at what the speed limit is. It is indeed 50. You are allowed. Now my confusion, are they going to turn there? Are they going to keep on going through? Why do they have their brakes on? Why did they still have their brakes on? What? Can't tell me you were braking through that entire thing. Okay. Now this confusion, who's going where? Freedom! But this morning, it was a bright, sunny, perfect day. I looked up the weather, it was supposed to be like 18 degrees, and that's just inconceivable. Inconceivable. I've been sitting around with 10-degree days. So 18 was amazing, and I can see I didn't go out for a ride myself, but I was very tempted. And then it very quickly turned overcast and windy, and I could see that taking people off guard. So even if you don't plan on riding your bike in the wind, it's good to know what to do when you do get caught out. And the main thing to remember, just dealing with pretty much anything on the motorbike, but especially with wind, is to relax. I like to keep very, very loose grip, pretty much as loose as I can, while still holding on to the handlebars. And just try to keep your head pointed forward. It can be a bit difficult when you get pushed around by particularly gusts. Gusts are the worst. That's what we have here. Well, hopefully that's what we will have here. Otherwise this video will be all for nothing. Although it would prove the statement that I made about the changeable weather, and would be bloody typical if on my windy moto vlog it suddenly isn't windy. We are going past the Cascade Brewery, which makes beer, and who doesn't like beer after a whole day of not drinking beer? Something, it's the original stonework that convicts made, something, yes. That bit's not. But in its entirety, it is a very old factory. And it has been making beer for a long time. Which means that they make a lot of beer. Damn you people who don't want to go out into the wide world to get your groceries. Because the thing is, with most levels of wind, significant levels of wind, you still need to be going at a relatively quick pace for it to affect you. You either have to be going at a quicker pace or completely stopped. Because when you're stopped, the bike feels like a giant wind sail, and you're sitting there at lights and you get hit by a random gust, and then you were leaning the bike left at the lights and now it's wanting to go right, and you're gonna have to change your, make sure that your feet are responsive enough to kind of catch the weight of the bike if that were to happen. So when it's windy, I'm usually both feet on the ground anyway. Doesn't matter which, exactly how you do that or whatever, I just like to put 2 feet down. So make sure if the wind hits me from any side, I'm covered. So I saw another cyclist, but I can't see them now. There they are. I'm pretty sure I didn't run them off the road. That would be bad karma. And we're just gonna go straight back down the mountain. Oh, what are you doing? Chaka-yui, mate. So up that way is Mount Wellington. Down this way, back to town. And I would just like to point out that with a camera on my face, I don't have a GoPro. I've got a Sony 4K camera, and it's shaped somewhat like a rectangle. So when I have it face it forward, mounted on the chin of my helmet, that also catches the wind, and it puts my head in funny directions. So yeah, when I'm long highway riding, and I'm going at between 100 and 110 k's per hour, and it's windy, I'll pretty much sit back on the bike, get as much weight as I can, kind of like centered towards the rear of the bike, so it'll be a bit further back, which means the arms are stretched out straight, and they're just kind of like bracing and holding the one direction. Ha ha ha. I hate that band. Yeah, because with my arms straight, I'm not really focused on cornering, but that's for highway speeds. Wow, little Papa really doesn't like me. And I just kind of like let my upper body go slack. If it gets hit by the wind, just kind of, you know, kind of let it happen. Don't try to force and fight it, because the more you try to fight it, the more it's gonna send feedback to the handlebars. And when that happens, that's when you get the little wobbles and things go wrong. And when I'm riding in a city and it's windy, you'll usually have like a big city block. You got these big buildings that are kind of like protecting you. And then you'll come across an intersection like this one, and you'll get hit by a crosswind. So in a city, it's probably better to stick to the center of your lane if it's windy. If it's windy and rainy, you kind of know. I just don't. Just go home. Or follow that guy to that guy's home and ask him how he grows his beard. Okay, we're getting a bit more wind here. We're gonna go along a road that should be fucked. Well, it's open to the water. So a lot of the times when you see large bodies of water, that's gonna be windy. We're not gonna go over the bridge because I choose life. So with twisties, I'm more hunched over. I'm trying to keep a low profile, eyes up ahead, gripping with legs, and trying my best to ignore the wind. And obviously I'm not riding to my limits when I'm doing this. I'm, you know, ride to conditions. Because if I'm giving it my all and then something else pops up, well then I've just given it my all, haven't I? What else have I got? Well, that was almost. More panning city shots. So I believe that's pretty much it for this video. I haven't been posting regularly just yet because I'm still working out which editing software I want to use and what I want to actually be talking about. But I am doing stuff, so stuff is good. But for now, roadsters, adios. Till next time, roadsters. I'll be seeing you on a sunnier day than this.